I stole it.
We need symbols or something.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Guile here, and welcome back to our Sanctuary series. I've got Tatsu and Nine, once again, lead developers from the team. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. What special goodies have you got for us today?
Hey, Guile, thanks for having us again. This time I'd like to talk about destructibility and smashing the crap out of everything. So, we do have the concept of bridges in the game. Units will be able to walk across them, they'll be able to walk underneath them, but they'll also be able to shoot them and collapse them, and which would harm the units on top, but also underneath the bridge as the rain of concrete and cyber stuff falls down and kills them. Besides that, they would be repairable, so you'd be able to take your construction units, fly them over, repair the bridge, and drive across it again. You can't place bridges. We don't like placing bridges. Placing bridges is bad. But the other thing is we've got some buildings that can be destroyed in a like manner as well. So there'll be some sort of large skyscrapers. You'll be able to shoot them. There's like railgun units that can actually shoot straight through a building out the other side and hit another one, at which point it cracks, crumbles down, all the particles come down, physics-based destruction. That's just a cosmetic thing. So like in the actual game sim, the way we're going to do it is the area behind the building, we're just going to like apply some damage there. But visually, we'll have this whole rain of building coming down and crushing everything, dust clouds, tanks getting buried, all that. And for the computers that can't handle it, we'll just turn that effect off, and they can just see a building do that. And then you remember our hero effect, our main shell breach effect, where the missile comes down and actually creates the earthquake that would actually disintegrate the buildings on the edge and they would topple in. The other thing is that there's also like minor parts of the terrain. There's just like a little column of rocks or a small cliff or a tree or something like that. We can blow all that stuff up as well. So if there's a tank with like a laser, maybe it cuts a tree in half or 6 trees in half. Or maybe it can just like slice through a rocky spire and topples like that as well.
And do you foresee that impacting on reclaim and stuff like that in the game? Would that create more resources potentially for a player to hoover up? Would it create incentive maybe to destroy certain things, or is that something you're not sure about yet?
That had not occurred to me at all, but it seems like the obvious thing. Now that you've said it, everything else is reclaimable, or salvageable.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't that be salvageable as well? The other thing that we had is that some units will be able to be smashed into pieces as well. So let's say you have one of the epic mega units. He's walking by, stomping with his huge feet and stuff, and there's some smaller tanks nearby, and he stands on one. He just might like disintegrate that unit as well, and it can break apart into the little, the rubble of. Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing in Sanctuary. We're shattering the map, and we're shattering the units and the buildings and the rocks as well.
Awesome. I love it. I'm all for destructibility.
So that one you might have seen on the social media and stuff.
Yeah.
What we didn't clue people into was that, yes, indeed, this is interactable in the sense that you have that functional bridge on the left and the broken one on the right. Well, the broken one is the one that you can actually break yourself, and then you can repair it, and it becomes like the one on the left. At certain areas of the map, it would become a strategic advantage to be like, okay, well, I'm going to cut off his army that's progressing there by destroying that bridge, and at a certain point, the other player is going to realize that, repair the bridge, and then he's going to be able to bring his army across. But the time that you've gained through that is going to be of real strategic importance.
Fascinating stuff. So many extra options. I love it. And I love you got those little shield gens on the cliff there. The almighty shield gens, the first things that really turned me onto this game.
Yeah, well, I guess you would be wanting to protect your bridge, right? Because you're expecting it to get sniped or whatever. So you would be, and the weather control stations that we were talking about earlier, you would want to shield those as well, because of course they're going to get bloody sniped, right?
Yeah, so things like that, going back to the weather control stations in the previous video, would that be potentially something? Obviously, that's something that exists as part of the map. That's not something that's built by players. It's something they've got to try and capture. Would they potentially be destructible, or is that something you hadn't thought about yet?
Hadn't necessarily thought about it yet. Like what I was saying with the pipes, and this is probably what it'll end up being, because we aren't certain about that yet. Maybe there are control stations on top of that. Maybe it's just uniquely pipes, and in that case, yes, it's a destructible elements that you destroy to release whatever, and then repair to stop the leak. But yeah, if we actually do go the route of control stations, or have that as an additional method for controlling the weather, I don't know. We could have it be indestructible. This way, it remains an element of the map throughout the gameplay of the map.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. You might not want to lose that functionality by allowing it to be vulnerable, or
Yeah, well,
it's
it would
tough
be
decision.
potentially a bit of a bit cheesy, right? If the player could come in, change the weather to his advantage, then break it, and it's broken
Destroy it. Yeah.
permanently, and then it's like, well, haha, I got it my way, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
But
like
you might
the
just be able to rebuild it like you can with the bridge, and yeah.
well, if that's how it works, yeah. But if it's like permanent destruction, I think I'm less I'm less keen on permanent destruction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, besides the whole bridge thing, it's a tactical thing. It's also just a visual extravaganza when there's like that missile comes in and smashes and cracks it, and it's gonna drop and squish everything, and it's just
40 tanks fall into the canyon with it.
it's gonna look
Beautiful.
lovely. Yeah. So that's it. That's our
Awesome.
latest stretch goal.
Well, thanks so much for joining us once again, guys. And before we go, remind everybody what they can do to assist the team if they really want the game to succeed.
Come to the Discord. Come join us on Discord. You'll be able to interact with us and grow our community and grow our following and learn about when we release the Kickstarter and all that stuff.
Seriously, thank you to all the people who have joined, and it has been lots of support, and it's been really great. We want our game to, be this big vision that we're doing. So please, come join us, come help us. Help us get a publisher, help us get investors, help us get a successful Kickstarter, and help us deliver all this awesome, glorious work. So thank you, and thank you, Guile.
No thanks for me. You guys are doing the community a favor by working on the next gen title, which we're all very excited about. Awesome stuff. Well, thank you so much for joining us once again, guys. But until next time, this is Guile, Tatsu, and Nine signing out.